with your host, Sean Myrie. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. So, um, this is called Why Black Americans Do Not Support. And I'm talking about Somalis, right? You hear what's going on in America with a lot of Somalians getting targeted by the Trump administration, that they want to deport a whole bunch of them, right? They want to deport the ones that came on temporary protective status. They want to take away, freeze visas, and they want to deport a whole bunch of them. Minnesota has the biggest Somali population, and the charges, or I guess the things what they are putting against them, is fraud. So, why blacks in America are not supporting the Somalis? Normally, black people in America, they stand up for a lot of things, right? You would think that they would be out there raging angry because Somalis, they are black, or they look black, appear black. And Trump is deporting, or wants to deport them. But this is what it is, right? There's this FBA movement. What's big in America right now? Foundational Black Americans. Not all Black Americans are with it, but this is what it is. There's a lot of separation in regards to African Americans and other Black people who are not generational Americans. So, and on top of that, I've been seeing on social media for years a lot of Somalis, especially from East Africa, right? Others, but especially Somalis, claim they're not Black. I've been hearing that for a good while, this garbage, that they're not Black. So, do you blame the African Americans for not supporting the Somalis talking against Trump for what they're doing right now? Or do they have to blame themselves for distancing themselves from the black population? Because I've heard it over and over and over again that Somalis, right, from Somalian people, that they're not black. So this is what's going on. A lot of them are been distancing themselves from the black population, saying they're not black. So you don't think that white people and other people are going to see this. And this does not help with their situation in America, because the Somalis need all the help they could get, all the support they could get. But you're not seeing that. I'm not seeing that yet. No one is protesting on behalf of these Somalis that are going to get deported, right? Because a lot of them are saying that they're not black. I've been seeing this. So now, are you going to claim your identity of being black? That's what I want to know. Because a lot of them are saying that they're not black. I've been seeing this on social media, disrespecting basically African Americans, disrespecting African Americans, disrespecting other black people, saying they're not black. And in a way, it's like they're trying to say that they're better than other black people. So now you want help now. You see the situation that a lot of you are in? I'm sorry. A lot of you have been saying you're not black for years, and now it's coming back to haunt you now. It's coming back to haunt you because you're going to get deported by a man called Donald Trump. He wants to deport you all. He says he doesn't want any Somalis in America, right? But then you ain't getting the support by the African Americans, really. No, you're not seeing any big movements of the African Americans saying, let's fight against this. Why? Right? Why are you not seeing this? Because a lot of them don't want to associate with Black Americans. Moet is not a good champagne. Man, like I said, a lot is going on, But this is the truth. I've been seeing on social media for years. A lot of Somalis claim that they're not black. They don't want to associate it with the black population, but you guys are black. You guys are from Africa. You are black. But the Americans now been seeing this and they don't like this. The black Americans, they've been seeing this. So to support what you need, you're disrespecting. You've been disrespecting. Now it's come back to haunt you, right? It has come back to haunt you right now because I don't see nobody talking about let's save the Somalis, and I'm talking about African Americans. So now you guys are even in a war, not just with Trump, not just with America. You have a secret war, which a lot of probably white people don't know, that Somalis are claiming they're not black, right? So the FBA, that movement, the foundational Black Americans, for sure, they don't support you guys, right? Even in this situation, they don't support you guys because a lot of them, maybe they're not going to talk. They want you out too. They want you out. A lot of the FBAs don't like Somalians, probably. A lot of FBAs don't like other black people who are not African American, generational Americans. That's bad enough. And they say they're black, even the ones who say they're black, right? And they're from Africa or from Jamaica or from somewhere in the West Indies. Um, those ones say they're black, but even African Americans, some of them, they don't like them either. So imagine the Somalis. This is something no one don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about this. This is a sensitive issue, but this is why Trump could do what he wants to do freely because he probably knows this. He probably heard about this, Mr. Trump. He probably heard about this. He's saying, wait a minute, the African Americans don't really support these Somalis. Hmm? These Somalis are saying they're not black. Yeah, okay. Let's start to deport them. Let's do what. Let me talk about them however I want to say I want to get rid of these people out of America. Let's do that, and that's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. He is taking advantage of this because if it wasn't for there's a big group of Somalis been saying they ain't black for years. If it wasn't for that, it would be different. If if the Somalis was identifying more, I'm not saying some don't identify that they are black, but if the a big percentage of them was identifying more, you wouldn't see this happening. You would not see this happening. But now, where's the support? Where's the black support in America for the Somalis? It's a nightmare. It's coming back to haunt a lot of you. Has came back to haunt a lot of you. I'm sorry, right? This came back to haunt a lot of you. Now you got to fight for your rights. You got to fight for yourself. And you have, I don't see no what is called civil rights leaders coming out for the Somalis. Not yet. I haven't seen any civil rights leaders coming out for Somalians in America. Why? Why aren't they coming out? Because they probably believe undercoverly a lot of African Americans are supporting Trump in this undercoverly. That's why they stay away from this story because a lot of them probably want to see them get deported. And they're just being silent right now. Think of it. These people are black. Somalis are black. Africans, but they recognize themselves more as Arabs, right? So the disrespect of saying I'm not black doesn't give any a lot of African Americans sympathy for the Somalians, right? We don't. I'm. It's like you're trying to be like you're better than African Americans because you're saying you're not black. Like, why are you saying you're not black and you are really black? So that's what's going on, right? You have disrespected your own people. And they're going to say, no, it's not their own people, but it is. You are black. So by going on social media, a lot of these people going on social media saying that you ain't black hurt a lot of you. It hurt a lot of you because African Americans are seeing that what you guys are saying you ain't black. So they are supporting probably Donald Trump with this deportation because guess what? If a lot of you get deported, it's probably they think it's gonna help benefit them, African Americans, right? So I don't know how people feel about this, but this is what's going on, right? If you are a Somali American that's legal in the country and stuff like that, and you're wondering why African Americans ain't coming out to support, why they're not coming out talking against the government because of this action. The reason they ain't coming out, I'll tell you, is because for years, a lot of your people been saying you ain't black. And then the FBA on top of it, the Foundation of Black Americans, they've been having a campaign for a while now. And they've been disrespecting people who look black, but they're not generational Americans, right? They've been I've been seeing it. They've been disrespecting Africans, Caribbeans. So they're disrespecting you right now. You're in the spotlight. You're in the spotlight, people. So what is going on? What's next? What's next? A whole bunch of you are going to get deported with no support. No support is coming. Sad. No support is coming for you guys. You guys have to talk for yourself. You would get a lot of help, Somalis, if you aligned yourself with the African American population. If a lot of you didn't come out and say, oh, I'm not black, like you're better than people. But now it's too late right now. Now there's a campaign to deport a whole bunch of you. Donald Trump says he doesn't want Somalis in America. He actually said that. So the African Americans who always go out and protest for injustice, for civil rights, because black people in America are the symbol for civil rights. Where are they? If you're Somali, you have to wonder, where are they? Where are these African Americans who do civil rights? Where's Al Sharpton? Where's Al Sharpton? How come Al Sharpton ain't coming out fighting for the Somalis? How come we don't see anyone who is a black leader coming out for the Somalis? Why? You gotta ask yourself why they ain't coming out. The reason they ain't coming out is because there's already damage. They've been seeing too much messages of Somalis saying they're not black. So they're saying, oh, since you guys are saying you ain't black, we ain't gonna support you guys because they're not American. Yes, but it's not just that. It's not just that. No, it's not just that because some of them are born in America too. There's a lot of them who are born Americans. There's some Somalis who's been down there for a good while and they're citizens and the rest of the community, the ones who came, you would think that those ones who've been there for a long time who are legal would get support by African Americans. I'm not talking about the illegal ones either. I'm talking about ones who are legally in America, the ones too who are born in America, ones who all been there probably from like came in the 70s, and they're there now with children who's been born, grandkids who are there too. Those people are saying they ain't black. Those people are saying they ain't black, right? That sounds illegal. Now that sounds dumb, right, Richard? Now that sounds dumb. What you're saying sound illegal. Stupid shit. Don't come on here with that shit, right? So the main thing is a lot of black people in America ain't supporting. They're not supporting. They're not supporting. Guess what I could do to you, right? Put you now. You're out. Like I said, a lot of black Americans is not supporting the Somalis in Minnesota, right? Please subscribe, comment. Now, here is just the PSA. You say dumb shit on here, I could um, time you out for a good while. So come with intelligent comments. So, like I said, the FBA movement is been getting big. The FBA movement is been getting big. And look up what the FBA is. It's Foundational Black Americans, right? This group, or they want to say lineage, believes that they've been in America from the beginning. They believe that they're not descendants of slaves. They believe that they have all the rights of America, the foundational Black Americans, right? Just look up the ideology of the FBA movement. So that is not helping. That's not, and it's not just the FBA people who are in that group. A lot of other Americans, they don't probably like how Somalians are. They don't like hearing anyone from Somalia say that they're not African or they're not black, and that's not helping the Somalis. That's not helping the Somalian. I mean, it's not helping you guys by saying that you're not black. So now you want help. Think of it. Now you want the help. No Al Sharpton is coming out. Think of it. The big civil rights leaders, nobody's coming out to help. Nobody's saying anything. Think of it. None of them are coming out to help you, guys. No, they're not coming out to help you. Now you're going to want to be black? Think of it. Now you're going to say you're black? I seen this shit. I seen a lot of posts. Oh, I'm a Somali and I'm Muslim. I'm not black. Now you're gonna say you are black? Because Trump's kicking thousands out. Mr. Trump is kicking thousands out. Visas frozen come the 21st. And when they freeze those visas, damn, you're out too. You're gonna be gone, right? So the black man is God. Yeah, respect to that, man. Major bank mentality. But yeah, the black man is God. Respect to that. Some people don't want to hear that, man. But yo, I don't know what you think about it. Major bank mentality. What do you think about the Somalian situation? I want to know if you are Black African American in here. I want to know, what do you think about the Somalian situation? What do you think about them saying well, a lot, not all of them saying that they ain't black? I've been hearing this for years. A lot of them say, I'm not black, but they want people to support them. They're talking against Trump, and there's no civil rights leaders coming out for them. I want to know from a, a black American, what do you think about that? Or people are going to be silent about this. People, this is a sensitive issue. Is it? Is it sensitive? Because right now, Mr. Man is on a mission to kick a whole bunch of them out. Right now, he cannot wait until the 21st until he freezes a lot of these visas. Then all these people who have these visas, there's probably thousands of them, right? So once he freezes these visas, the ice is going right out for all those people. They already have a list. They already have a list. So they're going to be going out for all these people who's been in America, what they say, illegal. They overstayed their visit because these visas are for visitors, right? It's not for permanent. It's for visitors. So if you came to America on a visa and you're not permanent or citizen, you're out. But this is what's not helping them. That a lot of them been saying that they ain't black. You're not black, so they can't use the civil rights shit. A lot of them been saying they're Muslim mostly. Respect to your faith, but a lot of them been saying I'm Muslim. I'm not black. So that's why you're not getting Al Sharpton coming out. That's why you're not getting no sympathy from other black Americans. And you're gonna hear black Americans talk the similar stuff, what I'm saying. A lot of black Americans have resentment against probably the Somalis because they've been hearing this shit. And probably in the society, in the city of Minnesota and other places, they don't integrate themselves too much with the other black people. Probably there's some type of, divide in America in regards to the Somalis and the African Americans. Probably a lot of African Americans think that the Somalis think they're too good, because if you're saying you're not black, you're basically trying to disrespect the black culture in their eyes, that you're thinking you're better than them. Yeah, that's what's going on. When you distance yourself, even if it's not intended because you're Muslim, they probably think you're disrespecting them. What I think is, okay, major bank mentality. Okay, what I think is that it starts with so called immigrants, then it will be turned against the black man from America. So I am empathetic, yet we keep moving with what the plan is and keep building according. They're already turning against black people in America with this. This is an excuse, and white people in America too, because what's going on? The ICE is just going after everybody. I said it in a couple episodes. This is an excuse, right? Not just to deport or capture people who they say is illegal. So if they don't know who's really illegal unless they check them out and investigate them. So if they stop you on the road, right, the ICE will stop anyone, and they check your credentials and they see that maybe you have a warrant for your arrest, you owe child support, you owe the IRS. This is a way to filter out those systems. No one's looking on that. It's not just for the undocumented people, it's to capture other things, money. So, guess what? If there is a bounty or something like that, you owe tickets for parking tickets. You have a record, some type of record as an American, right? It's an excuse to attack you, and especially like the brother said, um, um, the police to stop black Americans for no reason, right? True. Yeah, it's an excuse, a new way to profile. It's a new way to profile, right? So if you're white, if you're black, it's an excuse just to get the money. How much people are saying what I'm saying? I said it in the other episode. They're using this whole thing just to stop everybody, and an excuse just to lock up people, like especially if you have a record and oh, there's a warrant for your arrest. Hey, buddy. Hey, John. Um, I know you're American, right? Oh, yes, I'm American. But you know what? Respect to you. Um, I'm gonna give you a pass this time because you're American. Depends how you talk to them. I'll give you a pass. Go on, John. But if you are like let's say Mr. Jackson, and you start getting ignorant, Yo, I know my rights. I'm American, blah blah. I know my rights. Oh, Mr. Jackson, let me look you up right here. It says you owe 3,000 in child support, Mister. What? What does that have to do with it? I'm sorry. We're gonna have to take you in because you owe the government a couple $1,000s for child support. So now they're gonna lock your ass up. So the ice is out for everybody. But right now, what I'm talking about is the support for the Somalians. They're not gonna get no support. So far, I don't see people protesting in the streets. Save the Somalians. Don't make the Somalians go. Don't deport the Somalians. This is wrong. No, nothing, because no one gives a shit. People actually believe Trump. People support Trump on this. There's a big population that support Donald Trump on this. It's a big population that support him on this, right? So, it's a bad, bad time for you guys. It's a bad time. You had a lot of people ruin it for you guys, coming on here and saying that I'm not black. Oh, I'm not black. So you're better than African Americans. I'm not black. Huh? You're not black? That shit now came back to haunt you guys. That shit came back to haunt you. You ain't black now? Oh yeah. You're gonna wish you said you were black. No civil right people are coming out to save the Somalians. No big civil rights black people are coming out to save you guys. Why? Because for years you guys probably thought you were better. For years, a lot of you guys probably thought that you were with the white people. You know what some people call that shit? Another word for that? Oreo cookies. You know what an Oreo cookie is? Black in the outside and white in the inside. That's what I would say to somebody who said they're not black and they look black, right? And with that shit saying, "Oh, I'm not black. I'm gonna," and your skin clearly you're black and you're from Africa. You have self-hate, the ones who say that. That's self-hate. That's called a damn sellout. A Oreo cookie. Of course you're black. Just because you see black Americans going through a lot of different things, struggles, and you see the stereotypes, what's put upon them, that you don't want to be associated with them because you feel that you're better and you are Muslim and you're from Africa. So you think you're better than the African American. You're not. You're not better. I'm talking to the ones who say they're not black because there's many of them. And I'm not talking any shit. That's facts. So fix up yourself. Fix up yourself and unite with the black people who are willing to support you. And stop saying that you ain't black. Kill that shit because it's not helping. You guys saying, "Oh, I'm not black. I'm Muslim. I'm Somali." Now, is that helping you right now? No, it's not helping you because thousands of you are gonna get deported. Thousands are gonna be gone. And it's just begun. With, you know, when it's gonna get crazy out there? It's gonna get crazy within a month. You see, like by the time Black History Month comes, like around February, that month, that's when most of you guys are gonna be all gone. Well, a lot of you will be gone. By time February, there probably will be at least, let me see, I'm going to give a number. By time February, the middle of February, I'll give it till Valentine's Day, there's going to at least be like 6,000 Somalis deported. So now, where are you going to, you guys have to leave it at the smart ones now. You're going to have to go to Canada or the UK. But Canada's getting strict too on this whole immigration shit too. Canada's getting strict on it, right? UK's getting strict. They don't want no more people coming to their country. It's flooded. They're getting strict. So I don't think you're gonna have a chance to go to UK. You should have already left. Canada, you might get through maybe, but I think you're not even gonna have a chance to get through Canada. So this is like the end of the world for a lot of you because they're gonna be imagine five or thousands of you deported right back to Somalia in a situ. And I don't know how Somalia is right now, but I don't think it's the best place to go right now. So imagine thousands of you getting deported, right? Thousands. You guys losing your status because of you saw this guy was coming. You saw this guy was coming, Mr. Donald Trump. Hold up. You shouldn't be surprised. People, you should not be surprised. I'm talking about the Somali community. You saw this guy coming. He came in to disrupt a lot of things, right? He came in to disrupt a lot of things. Hold up. See that picture for a minute. Do, do, do. Yep. So it's not a good day. It's not a good day for a lot of you out there. It's not a good day, man. It's sad. It's very sad what's going to be happening or happening right now. It's all going down. It's all going down, right? So, why Black Americans don't support, the reason they don't support, and you guys should ask that if you're Somali, you should ask that question, or you already know why Black Americans don't support. They don't support because a lot of you have been saying you're not Black. So if you're saying you're not Black, right, do you expect the African Americans to support you? Do you expect them to support you? I want people to, I see people in the chat watching. A lot of people are scared to talk. I will continue. Put the stuff in the chat as you see the picture. A lot of people are scared to talk. I could see that. Scared to talk. Sensitive, isn't it? Very sensitive. There's agents out there watching, I know that. But there's a lot of people scared to talk. Even though you got Mr. Donald Trump helping, right? He's helping. He's helping get rid of all these people. But the Black Americans, silent. Black Americans are silent. You're not hearing anything from them. Nothing is coming from them. No civil rights leaders are talking. Nobody's coming to for your defense. They're not coming. They're not coming. You guys have to defend yourself because of a lot of that rhetoric or whatever that stuff you guys, I've been hearing a lot say, I'm not Black. That's hurting you guys. You gotta stop that shit. If a lot of you get the opportunity to stay in America, if you get the opportunity to stay in America, right? Please stop that shit. Please call out those people who are saying they're not Black. because it's not helping. It's really not helping you guys' situation right now. It's not helping. Believe me, it's not helping you guys. Right? You got the FBA movement who wants to see this probably. They want to see a whole bunch. It's not just even Somalis getting deported. There's a whole bunch of even other African countries, Nigeria, the Caribbean. So they want to see them gone too, some FBAs too. Foundational Black Americans. They want to see some of them gone. The only difference is with those people, they're going to say they're black. Some of them are going to say, I am American. Some might even say they're African American. I'm talking about the other black people like Nigerians and Caribbeans. Some will say they're African American. But the problem with the Somalis, I've been seeing a lot of you guys say, I'm not black. So for you guys saying you're not black, it's not helping you. Is it helping? Is it helping you now? Saying that you're not black. I want to know. A lot of people in the chat, if you are African American, black person, don't be scared. Speak your mind. I want to know. If you are a black person in the chat, right, from America, speak your mind. I want to know what you think about this. Have you heard about this? About Somalis saying this? Have you heard? I'm guessing there's some Caucasians in here who don't understand what I'm talking about. And that's okay. But this is something what's been going on. If you're a white American or somebody from Europe or Canada and you're watching this now and you've never heard about this, guess what? This is what's been going on for years. There's people who are Somali in these background. They've been saying that they ain't black. They've been saying that for years, and that has created an uproar, right? On social media, people are calling them out saying, yo, you saying you're not black. Why are you saying that? People are saying, why are you saying that? You clearly look black to them. So it's like you're trying to make yourself look like you're better. That's what it is. It's like you guys are trying to make yourself look like you're better. This is bad enough there's separation with black people in America. It's bad enough. So they don't want to have to deal with that. ICE are white supremacists. I heard about that. What do you think? Who do you think will be next? Yes, I believe that. A lot of this, I've been hearing that a lot of the ICE are white supremacists. They got the South Americans, right? They're going after the Africans and the Caribbeans, right? So who's next? That's a good question. What else group that are immigrants that are in America? I'm trying to think now. Who's going to be next? You know who they're gonna go after, right? They're gonna go after. I'm thinking the Indians. They're already in Canada. Canada, they're already trying to kick a lot of stop a lot of them from coming to Canada. There's big what I say protests, or there is protest against a lot of the Indians in Canada. There's a lot of racism more than ever. It's like, I don't know if Americans know about this, but yeah, there's a big racial, I guess, racism towards Indians in Canada right now. A lot of them are facing a lot of discrimination, even a lot of hate crimes is going on. So the next thing what's going to happen in America is the Indians they're going to go after. They're going to be going after a lot of the people who are from India. And I heard there's a big population. There's actually a big population of Indians in America, spread out though. But there's actually a big population of Indians in America. You know how you see it now? You know how you see it? This will show you that there is. Who is the head of the FBI? Patel. You ever thought an Indian would be the head of the FBI? Patel. Okay. Who is the mayor of um, New York? Who's the mayor of New York? Look it up. He looks Indian to me. He could be Arab, but he looks Indian. But they're going to be going after like probably Arabs, some Arabs, and they're going to be going after Indians. That's next. They're next, 100%. Those two, that's the next group. But the only difference with the Indians and the Arabs, I must say, and I'm not saying all of them, a lot of them they make sure they're probably legal in America. They probably pay for that shit. They make sure they're getting through. Mandela is Muslim. So which country is his parents from? Because he could be Muslim and he could be from India. Which country is his parents from? That's what I want to know. What country is he from? Day 2. What country is the New York mayor from? Because Americans just look on all of them as the same a lot of the times. So that's probably the next group they're going to be going after, some Indians and maybe some Arabs. But right now, right, the title is Why Blacks Don't Support, Why Black Americans Don't Support. They don't support the Somalian situation because they feel that they sold out. They sold out. They're sellouts. That's what it is. They feel that they're sellouts. That they think they're better than them, right? Is this person not black? Tell me, is this individual you see in the background not black? Is this individual in the background you see not black? Mother is Indian and father is Ugandan. Okay, so he is Indian, right? His mother is Indian and the father Ugandan. Is the father a black Ugandan or it could be a generational Indian from Uganda? Because I know there's the Indians went to Uganda. So if the father looks like the mother, the father's Indian too, really. Racial, right? So he's Indian. So like I said, he's Indian and what's called the guy there, Patel, head of the FBI, is Indian. Now it all makes sense. Now that I brought up the guy who's the head of the FBI. No one's talking about this guy, Patel. He's probably one of the main guys behind the ICE. He's the main guy behind the deportation. He knows this shit. He's educated probably in a lot what has to deal with immigration. He's very educated in it. That's why they have Patel as the head of the FBI. So, as much as you say there's white supremacists or the whatever, the ICE, the guy who's running them, right? One of the guy who's controlling them is the head of the FBI, an Indian. And that's why he knows what to do. He knows exactly what to do. So, what are you guys going to do when the American government comes for you? What are you going to do? Because right now, they're coming. They are coming. And you guys have no civil rights help. I'm waiting to see what's his name? Al Sharpton. I'm waiting to see Al Sharpton. Where's Al Sharpton? Where is Al Sharpton? Where is he? Where's all these black what's called civil right people? Where's the NAACP? Where are they? Huh? Where's the NAACP? You say Second Amendment. Tell me about it. Tell me about your Second Amendment. Where's the NAACP? Where's all the people who are the people who support the Somalis? No, man. All of this is happening. It's coming back to haunt a lot of you, and it's sad. It's coming back to haunt you because of certain people, a few people going on social media, amplifying this shit, saying you ain't, you're not black. You're not black. You guys should be angry at those people who are saying that you're not black. So you're not getting African American sympathy. All you're gonna get is somebody come on and say something. Much respect, Catwalk. I'm saying, I don't know, you got some knowledge. I'm saying a lot of African Americans ain't supporting Somalis, right? If you just joined the chat, they ain't supporting them because they're saying that well, a lot of certain Somalis been coming on social media for years saying they're not black. So now that you're saying you're not black, and now you want help, and the people who should be helping you would think are African Americans, but that's not happening because there's a movement what's been going on especially and doesn't help called the FBA, Foundational Black Americans. They believe they've been in America forever, and a lot of them dislike people who look black but they're not African Americans. They call them tethers. They call them tethers, right? I don't know if you heard about the FBAs or been seeing this online about African Americans saying they are tethers, right? We can't have a tribal mindset. We have to bond and not divide. You are right, but tell that to the FBA. Tell that to some African Americans. Not saying no African Americans don't support the Somalis, but there's a big movement of them who do not. Tell that to the FBAs about uniting because all I've been seeing is infighting, right? Stealing is wrong no matter what color a person is. No. So if they want to be black or not, they never should be given a pass on identity. Let me read that again. That's from, you have all these numbers, cite. Stealing is wrong. You're right. No matter what color, you're right, a person. So if they want to be black or not, they never should be given a pass on identity. Yes, you're right, but this is the subject I'm talking about. A lot of them disrespecting African Americans or black people, right? Well, that's true. Many Somalians faithfully over 90%, 90 in percentage say they're not black and don't like black Americans. See? You brought that up. Respect, respect. Catwalk. Yes. See, people read that what Catwalk just said. So that's why you're not seeing a lot of the Black Americans talk, and that's gonna hurt the Somalis. And I think Trump knows that. Mr. Donald Trump knows that. He knows a lot of African Americans don't like the Somalis. He knows that they don't like the Somalis, and he's using that. He knows they don't like the Somalis. And they've been on social media talking that they're not black. So where's the civil rights? You're losing. You're losing right now. And a lot of you are it's like the end of the world because you're not going to stop Trump unless something happens to him. He still has a good amount of years in office. And when he deports a lot of you and you go back to Somalia, there's tribal war going on all the time there. It's not the best place. And it's kind of sad because when a lot of you get deported, I don't know, even though a lot of people don't want or they want people to be legal in America, a lot of you are going to get hurt going back to Somalia. You will be getting hurt. You're good. Thanks. Thank you, Ahmed Fahad. Um, a lot of you are going to get hurt going back to Somalia. There's a lot of tribal clans or clan history. I know that. I talked to some Somalians. There's a lot of that tribal stuff from back in the past, what's gonna come back up, and people are you're gonna hear a lot of stuff going on. I've never heard of Somalian people denying their race, so thanks for the education. Yes, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this in the UK, Canada, and not just America. They will say they're not black. It's like it's because some of them have straighter hair, long straight hair. It's because some of them are more, their cheekbones are more thin or whatever, like Europeans, and their nose. And there's some Ethiopians too who do this too. They say they're not black. A lot of Ethiopians, not just Somalians, a lot of Ethiopians. But you guys ain't getting deported yet. They say the same shit. When I was in high school, I remember, right, there were some Somalians and they were there. And I remember my lady, my girlfriend back then, she asked one of the girls, "Are you black?" "No, I'm not black. I'm Muslim." And she was Somali. I heard this before. I asked this guy, "Yo, you black, right?" "No, I'm not black. I'm Muslim." So I witnessed this. I've heard this shit before. And yo, respect to people, but when I'm out there in the public and I do see the Somali woman, a lot of them do separate themselves from black people, other black people. They think they're better. They do think they're better. I see the shit. I never heard the shit. They practice it. This Muslim shit. If you ain't Muslim, you are not with them, right? Bless up, mono war. Yes, if you are not Muslim, you're not with them. So right now, they're gonna regret some of their people doing this shit. They're gonna regret it. And it's not like 10 months from now. It's not like 2 months from now. Mr. Trump is deporting thousands of Somalis out of America. But Selassie never ever jumped in that argument. Yeah. I never seen him jump in the argument. No. Mm-mm. And that's a long time ago. That's when he was promoting, Selassie was promoting Ethiopians and other black people, other people of Africa as being black. But now that's different now. Now a lot of Ethiopians too. It's just not just Somalians. Ethiopians, I ain't black. But you know what I find funny? When it's convenient to be black, you are black. This is what I'm gonna turn on this now, because I seen this in Canada and even in America. When it's convenient to be black because of culture, like for example hip hop, when they want to be involved in that, now you're black, right? When you want to be involved in that culture, now you're black. Like respect, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle comes from an East African background, Nipsey Hussle, right? Who else comes from Waldo and Gilly, the guys, big podcasters from Philly. They are, I think, some either Somalian background or Ethiopian background, right? So they got into the community, right? But because of hip hop, when it comes to that now, you want to be black. You want to include yourself in the black community when it comes to popular, whatever you want to say, pop culture in America. Now I'm black. But if it's not that, you're not black. I can imagine how much people, some Somalis, even Ethiopians, have told white people or any other person whenever they ask where they're from or whatever, are you black? Or the person, oh, I'm not black, I'm Muslim, I'm Somali, right? Are you doing that now? Are you gonna do that now? Because it's sad, man. It's sad. It is sad because they're going to be deporting people. People are going to be losing their homes. And then Americans have the defense to say you weren't legal in the first place. You weren't legal in the first place. So if you were legal, this would not happen to you, right? Temporary visas, temporary means temporary. Temporary means temporary, people. Doesn't mean that you are permanent. There's something called permanent, right? The words, unless you want to change these words, there's something called permanent, and then there's something called temporary. So, temporary protective status is over. That thing is all finished. It's done. So, there's two different things going on, right? Temporary is temporary. He got you guys on that. And it wasn't Trump who just cooked this up. It's the American government. Like I said, the FBI, Mr. Patel. Mr. Patel is guaranteed he's an immigrant background. His parents probably came to the country legal, and then he was born in America. So he's probably looking at like this. There is a separation too, because if you are a black person, for example, from Africa or the Caribbean, and you came, majority of those people come to America and get their citizenship, right? They do get their citizenship. They didn't come as refugees. They had to come work on a work visa. A lot of those people don't have no sympathy for Somalians. There's people who come legally and they work hard and become citizens, and they're not going to sympathize with the you Somalians. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Their social environment, respect, respect. Yes, they're not gonna support that. The people who came to America and been working and they worked so much years to get into America, they're not gonna be supporting no illegal people. So sorry, a lot of you in Minnesota, you're gonna lose because right now you're not getting support from the African Americans because you say you're not black. You're not going to get a lot of support from other Africans who say they're black. You're not going to get support from a lot of the Caribbean black people because you're saying you're not black. And a lot of the Caribbean people come to America and respect America and they say they are black and they're there legally. Legally. So any other black person who come to America legally, they're not going to support you guys. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. This is basically judgment days. I call it judgment days because they are judging your status and to see if you are worthy to stay in America. And right now, Trump is going to kick a lot of you guys out of America and there's no stopping it. Within 2 months, you guys got 2 months. Well, less. The 21st. The 21st is coming up. He ain't giving you guys no time. The 21st is coming up. Visa's frozen. So now he has you all on the list. He already said he has 2,500 people on the list. So now he's going to put more people on the list with these visas frozen, right? So a couple more thousand. And then the rest he's gonna have you on the list. It's easy work. There's over 100,000 Somalis in um, Minnesota. Over 100,000. Now, the best thing for a lot to do, and I'm not saying you could all do it, is get the hell out of Minnesota. Is get the hell out of Minnesota because it'll be easy for them to just to go door to door, and ask you guys questions. This is going to be a job. That's why he deployed. I don't know if people remember this. Trump deployed a whole bunch, or he's going to deploy a whole bunch of ICE agents in Minnesota. A whole bunch of them, thousands more. He's going to put out there, right? The next wave, he's probably going to get people are calling the ICE white supremacists. You tell me there's no black ICE agents? Guarantee you're going to start to see a lot of black ICE agents. And you probably say, no, they won't do it. They just have to pay them a good salary or whatever they give them. Guarantee you will see a whole bunch of ICE agents. And if America gets desperate and you think, oh, no, 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 blacks are going to be no ICE agents, if America gets desperate, they will take certain guys out of prison on good behavior, train them, and said, this is part of your sentence. You're going to be going, we're going to actually make you an officer. Do the dirty work and go after these Somalians and undocumented citizens. They've done it before in the past, long time back in the days, to black African Americans who wanted their freedom. You had to be in the military for your freedom, right? You hear that? Back in the days, right? Black Americans who they they say were criminals. If you wanted your freedom, you had to join the American military. So guess what? That's the next wave. Putting out a gem. No, they are going to make them informers. Yes, that too. Yes, tons of them. Yes, you are right. But they're gonna pay them, pay them, infiltrate too. But I believe that's going to happen. I believe some of these, you're going to start to see more black ICE agents, and they're not going to all be guys who are ex-military. It's going to be guys who are they done good, are on good behavior from prison, not big charges, right? But they have some time, right? Just say you're in there for like robbery or something, and you're serving what 5 years or something like that. Now they're gonna say, "Hey, Mr. Jones, we're gonna come to you with something. We'll release you. We're gonna train you, and we're gonna release you. But for at least 3 years, we want you to be an ICE agent." They're gonna say, "Yes. What? I get a weapon too? Yes, but they'll still be monitored. I get a weapon too? Perfect. You get the guys who are in some type of environment like that to carry out the law. They done it in the past. Australia. How you think they discovered took over Australia? They took the worst criminals out of prison, and then they went there and colonized and killed off a lot of the indigenous people. That's what they've done. They have done it before when they want to take over something or really extreme measures. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think a lot of them already are like that. A lot of those ICE agents are probably people who are maybe ex-military, but they got court-martialed, and then they got that job. A lot of the police who probably got fired, laid off, or whatever. That's their job. That's their job right now as an ICE agent. So you got a lot of angry ex-policemen, a lot of angry military, ex-military guys who are ICE agents. That's who you got. Think of it. They can't be a normal policeman anymore. They can't be a normal military in the military anymore. So now they're doing ICE. A lot of security you see in any place, especially in America, right? Guys who are security. Some of them were in the military before. And why aren't they doing something? Why aren't they still in the military? Because sometimes they got kicked out. Same thing with the law enforcement, police. So that's what I think is going to happen. You are going to see increase of ICE agents, but they're not going to all be clean. They're not going to all have clean records. The guy who unalived the lady in Minnesota, check out his record. Check this guy's record out. He got a story. He got a story. He's been in the military. I think he was even maybe law enforcement, like a policeman before. Now he's an ICE agent. So if this man is been in the military for years, why is he doing ICE? Why is he doing ICE if this guy was in the military for years? Why is he doing ICE? Right? Let's get back to it. Why black Americans don't support? They don't support a lot of you because you guys don't identify as being black. I'm talking about the Somalians, even the Somali Americans. They're not identify themselves as being black. They think that they're above all of that. If you want to identify as being Muslim, you can. If you want to identify as not being black, you can. People are identifying with all types of things nowadays. But don't expect the support. Don't expect the support from African Americans. Do not expect the support because it won't happen with you guys. It doesn't. It doesn't help. What's your favorite name for Donald Trump? Oh, Shitler or Mango? No, you know what name we got for him? Me and my brother got for him and my people? Donald Trump. That's the name we got. Like Trump. You know what Trump means? We call him Donald Trump. Instead of the T, you put the C and the H. Put the C and the H and take out the T, and it says Donald Trump. We have some shirts coming. Donald Trump. That's a good one. That's the best one, man. Donald Trump. There's a couple other names I hear people, but that's the best one, Donald Trump, because it sounds like Donald Trump, right? So right now, this guy doesn't care. He says he wants Somalians out of America. So he wants Somalians out of America, and a whole bunch of black people want Somalians out of America. I'm talking FBA ones, right? Actually, after the mayor went on the rant against ICE, rumors has it that many police officers resigned and are applying to be ICE. Woo! They don't want they don't want a boss that doesn't stand for law and order. That's big. Okay, my favorite nickname for Donald Trump is the real deal president. But this one just addressed, right? He said actually after the mayor went on his rant against ICE, rumors has it that many police officers so they don't want to work under him. Damn, they resign? How much ICE is paying? How much money is ISIS paying for? I heard New York police officers get shit pay from a long time. I don't know if it changed. I heard that they get garbage pay. So the ICE must be paying good. Damn, that's not good. That a lot resigned. If that's true, that a lot resigned because of his rant against ICE, ICE welcomed them. Hey, come. How much is ICE paying? That's what I want to know. Is ICE paying a good amount of money to these guys? For you to be a police officer for years to resign and go to ICE, damn, they must be paying good. So that rant didn't help him, man. And probably some of them don't want to work under him because he's sorry to say, racism is big in America. Probably because he's Indian background, a brown guy. They probably don't like him talking certain things. You see, do you see the theme, what's been going on to kind of, change America or make people calm in certain things? That the mayor before this guy was a black mayor, right? And he went out not clean. That guy there, he didn't leave clean. He left in controversy. Now they got this guy, right? It's like they're trying to do something. They got this mayor in New York, and I could believe probably a lot of them have resigned, and maybe they got recruited to ICE. And if that becomes a trend, that's gonna hurt the New York police community if a lot start to leave and go to ICE. ICE must be paying a good price for a lot of people who are in that organization, right? You must be paying a good price for those people to leave the police department. ICE wants former police officers and law enforcement and all good record vets. So you think that? I seen they were talking about the guy who unalived the lady in Minnesota, and it seems like he he was working for the military for a while, but something happened. I don't think ICE wants just wholesome officers in this time. They don't want just wholesome officers. They want guys who are kind of like renegade guys who still know some way of law enforcement. Like when back in the days when they went to South America, the guys who was training what's called the cartels. Those weren't regular military guys, right? ICE wants great college graduation. You think so? People are saying they don't give a shit. They'll get anybody. I swear they got some celebrities to become an ICE agent the other day. I swear they got some celebrity guy to be an ICE agent. ICE wants great college graduates. Graduates? You must be joking. You know who's recruiting them? Who's recruiting ICE is the FBI, the head of the FBI. He's recruiting a lot of these people. He's recruiting them. So you think that people with all this education is going to become ICE? Why not be an FBI agent? Why not be DEA? Why not be CIA and all that? Why not go do that? They're getting the most dirtiest guys. Remember, it's a dangerous job right now to be ICE. They're getting the guys who will go into the dirt. They don't care. They're going to face the most danger, to get spit on, get probably stabbed, maybe shot at. They're not going after these nice college graduate guys. And why would you want to go do that job if you have all that education? Why would you want to do that if you have all that education? Why would you put yourself in that situation? Why would you? That's the lowest. That's the lowest. Why would you want to put yourself in that situation? I don't think so. No, the best in this day and age for them to go after these undocumented citizens is to use the most ruthless force, knock doors down, be aggressive, not sensitive, right? To these people. All federal law enforcement works together. You're right, they do work together. And the head of it is Patel. The head of it is an Indian guy, Patel, who's comes from an immigrant background. So right now, this is the question: why Black Americans don't support the Somalians? Some people said it because they feel that they're not Black. Why are the Black Americans not supporting the Somalians who look Black to me? They look Black to me. They're from Africa. So why aren't they supporting them like Black Lives Matter? Remember Black Lives Matter, right? Black Lives Matter. One guy got choked out and killed, right? Why ain't they supporting the Somalians? Federal clearance. See, a lot of people are scared to answer that question. Why the Black Americans ain't supporting the Somalians? I want some Black American more to answer that question. I know why. I know why. It's two reasons why. There's maybe even more reasons why. But one reason is because there's a movement called the FBA, Foundational Black Americans. They've been doing a lot of things. They don't really like to be straight up. Um, they don't support other. They don't support Black people who are not from America. Generational. They feel people like the Somalians been taking away opportunities from them, right? A lot of them feel that the Somalians been taking away opportunities from them, right? These is assets. That's how they feel. They feel that a lot of opportunities been taken away from them from not just Somalians, any other Black person from other countries that have came to America, and they feel upset about it. And they call a lot of them if they talk against them, or they say, "Why don't we all unite?" They say, "You're a tether." So there is a divide. Yes, They may look black Somalians. Yes, Africans may look black, which are black, but this group, this movement or whatever, are calling them. They don't want to associate too much with other black people from other countries because they feel they've been taken away. They've been taking opportunities away from the African Americans. So you're not seeing any civil rights. You're not seeing no civil rights leaders who been going out for years talking on behalf of the Somalian population that is targeted now in America. The fight for crumbs. The fight for crumbs. I don't know what they're fighting for. I don't know what they're fighting for. I just know that the FBA is fighting for to be more recognized. Foundational Black Americans, generational Americans, they are fighting against people, other Blacks that are not born or generationally born in America. They feel they've been taken away their opportunities, even if it's crumbs. Even if it's crumbs, they don't want them to have any of it. So no, what's his name? None of these big name people are coming out for them to help them. They are broken people. Which one are broken? You got to tell me which one are broken. Who are the broken people? Is it the Somalians who are broken people or the African Americans? Is it the FBA, the broken people, or is it the Somalians, the broken people? The many Somalians who, the FBA? Oh, you're saying the FBA, the Foundational Black Americans. So you could say the foundational broken Africans. Just people don't want to hear that. I'm just trying to play with the words foundational broken African Americans, right? They are broken, but a lot of them feel they have the right to feel the way they feel. A lot of them, they feel that they should not support anybody but themselves, right? So, what is next to come? The only thing next to come, and it's sad, a lot of the Somalian people are going to get displaced, right? They're going to be bringing them, shipping them off to Somalia into a bad situation. People who've been in America for years and years and years and don't know anything about Somalia, um, they're going to be shipping a lot of them to back. Like, so if you came to America when you're 5 years old and or 1 years old and you are this temporary protective status person, right? You came as a child and you don't know anything about Somalia. You've never been there ever. Those are the ones who are going to suffer the most. Imagine it wasn't your fault. Your parents came to America under this protective uh, temporary protective status, and you're 1 years old, you're a couple months old, 5 years old, even 10, at least 10, and and now those people who are adults now are gonna get deported, and they have no knowledge of Somalia. That's a bad situation, right? Deported, deporters prison might make a comeback under Trump. Debtors, you mean debtors prisons. You got to tell me what that is. I don't know what that is. Debtors prison might make a comeback under Trump. Let me know. I think, you got to tell me what that is. I think I have an idea what that is. Whew, that's not good. Oh, that's scary, boy. I think I know what that is. FBA has never FBA is never going to have any financial redemption in America, and over who in line should they have redemption over? I don't know, but a lot of them talk a lot. A lot of them talk a lot, man. Trust me. Go you if you know who they are. FBA will never. So let me read this again. FBA is never going to have any financial redemption in America. They're claiming because they got generational background, that they should be getting reparations in some way, that America owes them, which they do. Free labor for hundreds of years, and they could trace the lineage back to a lot of even white people who are slave masters and stuff like that. Really, on that argument, yes, I believe a lot of African Americans, I'm talking African Americans, I believe should not be paying no fucking taxes, like how they have the Jews, they have reparations, and they gave Asians, I think some Asians, reparations for what, doing the railroad. No, black people been slaves in America for hundreds of years, free labor, and a lot been murdered. Can't even count the pop. It's like a genocide. So a lot of maybe white Americans don't want to hear this, but this is facts. um, they are owed reparations. It's not like some Africans who just came to America. A lot of them could trace all the way back to the beginning of America. See, they're owed something. African Americans or FBA, they are owed. And I feel they shouldn't be paying no taxes like how the natives are not paying taxes. In Canada, they don't pay tax. In Canada, they don't pay no tax. I don't know in America, but the natives don't pay taxes. Divide and conquer won't help. FBA is the divisional movement. I agree. I could agree. But they have their argument. Yes, it's a divisional movement within the black nation, if you want to say, or black culture. It is a divisional movement. But what they're going to say, it's not an organization, it's a lineage. That's what they say. It's not an organization. They'll tell you that it's a lineage. That's what they'll say. They're going to tell you it's a lineage. That's the argument they're going to use. And they say, this is not a movement, it's a lineage. It's my birthright. We are foundational Black Americans. And then there's this new talk how Black people didn't come from Africa. These Black people you see in America always been there. I'm not going to dispute that. I don't know everything, but that's what some of them say, that they were there from the beginning. But the argument, what I'm saying right now, will Black Americans come out in droves and support the Somalians that are targeted right now in Minnesota? Will the Black Americans support the other Black people who may get deported also? That's what I want to know. So, no reparations. I don't know. I don't even think they're fighting for it, really. They're not even fighting for it. But they have an argument compared to a lot of other Black people around the world. They do have an argument. The American and the Mexican Indian come first with financial redemption over all FBA. So he's saying the American and Mexican Indian come first with financial redemption. They already do. They already have it. I think they have it. I would think, but guess what? They have to. I'm not gonna agree, like when you going into that argument, that's gonna bring something, because my knowledge, yeah, you motherfuckers owe Black people in America something. Don't tell me no bullshit. All that years of slavery and taking care of white people's plantations and their children. You motherfucker, you guys owe Black people something. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. You owe Black people. I say it again. I can say it again. You owe Black people something in America. Reservation. Natives already are getting paid. Are already good. The natives, or whatever you want to call the different names, especially in Canada, they are pretty, they have their reservations. Not everybody's living perfectly, but they don't have to pay tax, and they get free education, and they get something, right? Many Africans think right now Jamaican is in Africa. Jamaica is in Africa because they're uneducated. Oh God in heaven, don't tell me that. That's very bad. That don't tell me that. That's embarrassing. That's to show you that a lot of Black people are in their own world in America. that many African think, are you talking, is it African American or African? Many African think right now Jamaica is in Africa. Jamaica is basically right next to America. The Caribbean, right? Or Christopher Columbus, if he's a real character, if you believe in American history, Christopher Columbus discovered America through the Caribbean. What you see the Caribbean now. Let me say it again. Christopher Columbus discovered Americas through the Caribbean, where you see now, not the land where they call it America now. America was considered all of the Caribbean with America. They called South America South America. It's right there. Don't forget, right? African Americans, African Americans think that nah, I can't believe African Americans are that dumb. I can't. I don't believe African Americans are that dumb. No, 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 no. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Maybe there might be one, a couple, but most African Americans are. They have knowledge to know where Jamaica is, man. They know Jamaica is in the Caribbean. They know that. I'm not gonna make. I'm not gonna say that. But right now, there's big separation already within Black people, and they're not gonna support the Somalian situation. They're not supporting the Somalian situation because probably when they have their situations, they haven't seen the same, right? There is no American Indian financial banking building. There is also no American Indian president of the United States. There is also no American Indian boulevard going through the community. Yes, I believe that because they probably paid some of them off too. Does the natives or the American Indians, do they pay taxes? That's my question to you, Catwalk. Do they pay taxes? Does the American Indian pay taxes? Let me know. Do they pay taxes? Because in Canada, they don't. They have a card, a special card, right? Where they could carry anywhere and they use it. No, so okay, so the American Indian don't pay taxes. Okay. And they probably have a special type of identity card or something, right? So they have something. You don't have to pay no tax. You could work somewhere and not pay no tax. You're good, and they deserve that. Oh, they pay taxes. See, I'm hearing somebody else say, oh, so they do pay taxes, so they don't get any special treatment. No special treatment they get. No special treatment. But right now, the big issue, what I put up as the title, why Black Americans don't support. And I've told you that why they don't support. They're not supporting because they feel that they haven't got support reverse, and there's this FBA movement. And for years, I know that um, African Americans, some of them, not all of them, dislike any other culture of Black people who come from other places. There's been that. Richard, I think I put your foolishness, right? Let me see something. Let me see something with you. You go read a book. You go look up some shit. Now, guess what? You go read a book, Mr. Richard. Now you're on time out. You come on here, come with sense, come with respect, because you don't run anything here. Remember that. Boy, when you think you could talk and I block your ass out, next time it'll be worse. Talk with sense. right? So now the black Americans don't give a shit about what's going on in Minnesota. Most of them. There's some who probably have sympathy, but majority of black Americans ain't gonna say nothing. Because if they talk, Mr. Trump is gonna target them. And if you have a dirty record, anything he will dig, and the FBI will dig on you and then put you out there, right? So now they're silent. Silence. No African American civil rights leader is jumping out, right? None of them. Jesse Jackson's too old. We're not hearing him talk, right? The rest don't want to say anything. Into Ross Shallow. Oh yeah, I listen. Yeah, I listen. I heard his music. Ross Shallow. Yep. I know a lot of reggae music. I grew up on that. I grew up on that. He sounds like Garnet Silk. Actually, let me see something. He sent me music before. That same guy you're talking about. He sent me music actually. Why you just remind me? Damn. I was probably supposed to interview that guy a long time ago. I'm gonna have to look him up, man. I was supposed to interview him. See? You come on this platform and you try to do some cursing. Can't see you unless I press it, and I'm not pressing it. Come with respect and knowledge on here, else you can't talk. I will put you on timeout for a half an hour, or you will get blocked. I'm not like the other guys. I don't give a shit. I will block your ass, right? Or put you on timeout, and your opinions will not be read or shown. Respect, catwalk, respect. At least catwalk comes with real talk, and some other ones comes with real talk, right? Right now, like I'm saying, um, the Somalians are under attack in America a lot. That's his. That I was saying, who's next before when he was going after the Mexicans and he was going after the South Americans. He's still going after them, but I was saying, who's next? When he was doing the roundup and people were saying babies and families are getting they're getting teared apart and people were angry. People were out in the street for them. Think of it. When that was going on, people were protesting against all the Mexicans and the South Americans going down there. But guess what? You know what they were complaining about too? But at least people are out in the streets. You know what they were complaining about, the Mexicans and the South Americans? That black people wasn't coming out to support them. They were complaining that black people in America wasn't coming out to support them. That's what the talk was going on. And you know why? Black Americans ain't supporting them because it's the same thing what I was saying. The FBA stuff. And number two, in the West Coast, in LA, California, there's been race kind of wars going on between Mexican and black African Americans, all the way to the prisons. So some black Americans may look on it, get them deported. Deport all these guys, right? Even though there's a lot of born uh, American Mexican Americans and whatever, but there's a big population that are not um, generational Americans. So a lot of them are feeling, yo, deport them, right? Get them out of here. That's how they feel. Get them out of here. So when that was going on with the Mexicans and whatever the South Americans, not too much of African Americans they didn't give a damn, especially the ones in California, because I've been hearing a lot of hate, violence towards African Americans from those groups over the years. You're hearing about prison and all them stuff going on, like prison separation, wars, and shit like that. So they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. The African Americans are sitting this one out. A lot of black Americans are just sitting out like this. They're just sitting this one out. They're saying, we're not getting involved. We're not getting involved in this because when Black Lives Matter was going on, we didn't see the Spanish people going out too much for them. When Black Lives was going on, Black Lives Matter, even though that was bullshit to be we didn't see too much Somalians coming out. They were quiet, so let's be quiet too. They're saying they were quiet, let's be quiet too. Right? That's what's going on now. People are saying you didn't support us, we ain't supporting you. Straight up. So do black Americans want to support these people who they are black and some say they are black, but a lot of them been saying they ain't black. A lot of them been saying they're not black. But to me, don't they look black? Now are you guys gonna stop that and call out your people who say they're not black? Is that going to change? Will that change? Will we see Somalians come out and say, yo, it's wrong. We are black and we need the help from our fellow people, African Americans? Will that happen? Or will it continue the divide? Will that continue the divide? I want to know. It's going to continue. It is going to continue and it's very bad. Like we only seen the beginning, people. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And to Richard, who was in the chat earlier, I have read a lot of books. I like reading books. I have read a lot of books on many subjects. But this subject I know about. I don't know if you don't know about this subject, if you haven't read the title, but this is what's really been going on. There's people who have come on social media and denounce their blackness from the Somalian community. Even some Ethiopians, they have denounced their blackness. So that's why you're not seeing a big support from African Americans. That's why you're not seeing a big support from other black people who are from other countries, who are legal immigrants. Because legal immigrants have to pay and go through a system and work hard to be in America. And it doesn't help that in Minnesota, there's been a whole bunch of scams linked to the Somalian people. Over 100 and something $1 million. The other day they showed a picture. I seen a picture online of a Somalian gentleman who supposed to have a daycare, and this guy has like a Lambo. He has like a luxury things. He's all decked out in luxury, taking pictures. Hundreds of millions of dollars has been taken from the government of America, and somebody's gonna pay for that. So if it's just say it's 200 million or whatever, they're saying what? That much millions been taken? What we know of? Hundreds of millions of dollars? American dollars? And these people are illegal in the country, a lot of them? No, sirree, we're stopping that shit. Now you got this. I don't know if he's the mayor of Minnesota or some black people. I've seen some black people who are African Americans talking against ICE. And the only reason they're talking against ICE is not for the Somalians. They're talking against ICE because the ICE is stopping everybody. Like I said, they're stopping white, they don't care what color you are, they're stopping everybody. But the easiest target is a black person. Easiest excuse is to stop a black person, like they have done. It's called racial profiling. So now the racial profiling continues. They could say, you can't charge me with racial profiling. This is my job. ICE, this is my job. I'm out there doing my job, my duty, but for America. So when he stops you, who's even an African American, if you have a dirty past, a dirty record, it's an excuse, and they got you. They got you. So this is helping the American government with money, right? They got you. You owe child support, they got you. You owe the IRS, they got you. You got a warrant for your arrest and you've been hiding, they got you. Yeah. So the ICE is going after everybody. But who is going to hurt the most is the people from the Somalian background, the people who are from the Caribbean background, the people who are from other parts of Africa. And it's going to hurt you because he's freezing visas. He's freezing visas, knocking down doors, and everything. Mr. Trump is doing that, freezing visas and knocking down doors with the help of the FBI. Patel. So what you gonna do? Like Hulk Hogan would say, what you gonna do? What you're going to do when America and Donald Trump comes for you? What you gonna do? And people, please subscribe, support the platform. Please subscribe, like, and comment. And if it's a foolishness comment, I will block your ass. Yes, you get blocked. But like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is, right? Support. Watch other videos on the platform. But right now, this is something big. What's cooking up in America? It's really cooking up. And what else is going to happen? Who else? Someone was asking who, what, and who's next they're going to go for. They're going to go for a other group, right? They're going to go after a other group in a other way. The only group what Trump is not making a mission to go after is the pedophiles. There's a big group of that. He ain't really going after the pedophiles right now, right? He's not going after those people who are doing sick shit to children. That's who he should be going after, right? Much respect. He's not going after the pedophiles. I don't hear that. The Epstein files, you're not hearing nothing about that. He's not going after the guys who been doing that because a lot of those guys who do that shit, right, are they have money. A good percentage of them are Caucasian men, so he ain't gonna be going after that. He's not going after that. You guys gotta call him out for that, which people are trying to call him out for that, right? Uh, is he gonna go after woman abusers? I don't think so, because people are accusing him of being a woman abuser, right? So that's traffickers. Traffickers. I guess the cartels is part of that. The cartels do the trafficking, but it's not just cartels who do trafficking. There's Americans who are trafficking women right now. Tons of Americans are trafficking women and children all around America. Is there a war on that? Is the ICE gonna go after these traffickers? Is ICE gonna use the energy to go after these sex traffickers? They brought that up with Diddy. Remember, they brought that up with Mr. Diddy, Puff Daddy, right? Canada is getting scammed also. Many Canadian pedos in America have been arrested. Yes, I know that. Canada has tons of pedophiles, man. And they're stupid to go to America. Because American law, they will lock, well, I don't know how strict they are with the pedophile stuff down in America, but I'm guessing it's more strict than Canada. Canada, man, if I tell you about certain things, these guys ain't serving no long time for doing that nasty shit. They basically are almost untouchable. even doing the grape, like the grape is with the R, right? They ain't gonna, you don't even get a long time for that. You might not even get a long time for that. You have to prove a lot of proof. It's hard to prove. These guys are almost untouchable. Live for an hour. David, a lot of these guys are untouchable when you bring that up. They're really untouchable, right? But the main thing, the title is, if you have read the title, Why Black Americans Don't Support Somalis. Why the Black Americans don't support the Somalis. Uh, if you guys don't know, somebody that they didn't know this, that a lot of Somalians don't recognize themselves as black. A lot of Somalis don't recognize themselves as being black, and that's sad. And that community should not expect a whole bunch of support from the African American population, because it is out there. There's been a whole bunch of people for years saying I'm not black. Right now, there's videos. You could go Google this, go on YouTube, like you're on YouTube, look up Somalians and them saying that they're not black. Just look it up. Yes, yes, you're right. Yes, the Canadian. Okay, if you want to just let me kind of, I could talk about a little bit of that issue. Yes, Canadian pedos are in USA and been caught, even American ones too. There's a whole bunch of American ones in Canada, vice versa. They've been doing the same shit too. But the other day they caught this guy who claims he's Jewish in South America. I done a story on it. You can look it up. It's a cult. It's kind of like a cult, and it's very big. Um, in America and Canada and South America and maybe Europe. This guy, he's an Orthodox Jew. He claims he's an Orthodox Jew. What's his name? I think his name is Alter something. I forgot his last name, his first name, right? But he looks like an Orthodox Jew. He's been living somewhere in South America. The Mexican government just arrested him not too long ago, and he had one of the biggest, what's called, if you want to say, child trafficking rings in the world, right? And it's a cult, one of the biggest child trafficking rings in the world. And the Mexican government just arrested him like 3 weeks ago. No one's talking about this story. I digged it up, and it's a big cult, and they get children from America and Canada to marry older men. They get children from Canada and America and in South America to marry these older men in their cult. So it's everybody. There's a whole group of them. But let's get back to this story. Why blacks don't support the Somalians. Why do blacks in America don't support the Somalians? Because they feel that they're not on their level. And the Somalians feel that the African Americans ain't on their level, right? It's like black on black crime. So you got these Africans who don't want to identify as black. And then you got black Americans who don't want them included in the black community in America. So that's what's going on, and that's the separation. And please subscribe, people. Please subscribe and like. But yes, that's the main issue. What is going on? Will it stop? I don't think so. It's Judgment Day is coming for a lot of people. I'm waiting to see a defense. I'm waiting to see people actually support the Somalians against what's going on. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see the African Americans who've been fighting for civil rights for so long, right? And anytime some injustice happens to them, I'm waiting to see them fight for these Somalians. Will it happen? Will we see this happen? I don't know. We shall see, right? I'm waiting to see it happen, but it's not. So good luck to a lot of the Somalian brothers and sisters in America. Good luck, right? Because there's a war going on, and the ICE is on the front lines. But people, please like, subscribe, support your boy, yo. I'm out.